Hey, everybody. Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you for checking out another brand new episode. Today's features returning guest, Paul Niehaus IV. Caught up with Paul at his home studio in St. Louis at Blue Lotus, and we sat and talked about his brand new record titled Short Story Long that came out on June 13th, and we took a little deep dive into it, talking about the stories behind these songs, sharing a couple. We even did a couple live acoustic ones, and I hope you enjoy it. You can find Short Story Long from Paul now available wherever you're getting your digital music at. Keep an eye out for physical copies coming soon, and go see him live. I got a bunch of dates in the information, so check that out, or follow along with Paul on your Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and keep an eye out for him coming to a town near you. And I just want to say thanks to everybody that's continued to support this show. Been busy moving and everything else, building a new house. So shows have been a little sporadic of late, but I haven't forgot about you. I'm still here. So keep an eye out. New episodes coming soon. And with that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this one with my buddy, Paul Niehaus IV.
Podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
Double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey, everybody. Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with returning guest, Paul Niehaus. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you so much, Shane. Always a pleasure to be on Rock Paper Podcast.
Yeah, and that's a fine-looking shirt for the viewers at home. Yeah,
like
man.
it.
Yeah, looking good, man.
Thank you.
We are back here at your studio, Blue Lotus Recordings, out here in St. Louis, Missouri. So thanks again for having me over. And
I'd love to.
This is always one of my favorite spaces to be in and record. And it's just cool to be surrounded by all the equipment, all the gear, and always got something new to talk about. Man, we got another brand new record.
Yes, sir.
You know, you've produced quite a few records over the years out of the studio, and this is your third now, right? As your
second as me.
Yeah. Well, it was. Yep. Well, I guess was that you not count? You did like a
like instrumentals. No, no, this is my second album. Okay. But no, those I guess I could consider that like an EP. Yeah, they're 4 singles.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe I should call them an EP, but EP. Right now, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about was this second was the acoustic or the instrumental tracks you did.
Like the title of this record, Short Story Long, but I was for most of the time I was going to call it Sophomore. All
right.
And the first joke was Sophomore Slump, but it was like, no, maybe not that, just Sophomore. But I figured, Short Story Long is pretty, I don't know, it's like a turn of phrase and it's kind of memorable. So I actually did a vote on my Instagram stories, I think it was. And it was a 2-to-1 margin, Short Story Long. So I said, that's what it is.
Nice. Well, that's exactly how we named this show too. Like we
love it.
Put it up to the fans and that was Rock Paper Podcast was the clear winner. So we're like, all right, we'll let them, we'll run with it. So it's been working now for 11 years.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, I hope that they made the right choice and everybody enjoys short story long. But
Me too.
I agree. I think it stands out because it's not like I think of other records. It wasn't like you whatever whatever Let It Be or sorry or something, whatever, some other title. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree. I think it works for sure. And so we are recording this right before the release, the day.
That's right.
The night before. So
Yeah. Friday the 13th.
yeah, Friday the 13th. Paul Niehaus short story long will be readily available wherever you get your digital music at.
Yep.
And we wanted to highlight some songs today and kind of give everybody a sneak peek at what they might be hearing on this record.
Yeah.
But I guess let's go back a bit. I mean, we got you put out your debut, and then seemed like it was very well received. I mean, I really enjoy that record a lot still, and
I'm so proud of it.
yeah. So, what was gearing up to start this process? What are these? Were some of these songs the ones that were left on the floor from the last one, or all new, or how it was like? What was the thought process like? I think I'm ready for do another record now. How did it come about?
Yeah, a couple of them are kind of older ideas. Yeah, like "Linger in Our Love," for example. The instrumental for it was recorded back in 2021 with me and Tom Maloney and Kevin O'Connor, and then I knew what the melody was going to be, but I never had words to it. But my wife Jackie gave me the idea about what to write the words to, and so I did, and but Promised Land, you'll remember that as a song from Roland Johnson's first album.
Absolutely.
So, love that song. I was thinking about doing it for a while, and so I lowered the key 3 half steps, because Roland had a higher range than I can do, and that features Thomas Ingram, great soul singer, lives in Alton, Illinois, and Thomas is the brother of Luther Ingram. Eric Luther Ingram, which is Luther's son, Tommy's nephew. Eric is a collaborator on this record as well. He co-wrote, along with Philmo and me, this song, "You Are One."
Very cool.
Which, side tangent, "You Are One," I really like that song. To me, it was kind of inspired by like 90s Clapton, a little bit of John Mayer maybe, a little bit of Warren Zevon. But a couple people have told me that they would call it yacht rock, which I find amusing.
I mean, that's one. I don't know that it jumped out as yacht rock, but
right?
Definitely something along the. I wouldn't say it's far off from calling it that. But
I took it as a compliment.
Sure,
but
yeah. But that's yacht rock's like. I think it's funny that's like the term, and that is as big as it is.
Yeah,
definitely that's soft rock has made a huge resurgence of recent years, but it's funny. I think Daryl Hall took offense to the term yacht rock. I think I saw recently in an article that he didn't like that Hall and Oates being called yacht rock and stuff. But but that's Daryl. So that's his opinion.
His right to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. But that's one of my favorite parts about a Paul Niehaus record, and this one in particular, because there's a little bit of everything. Again, it's like in each track, I feel like you touch on a lot of various genres and sounds of American music.
Indeed.
There's so that's keeps it fresh for me as a listener, like going through the album track by track, and I'm like, each track sounds different than the last.
I like doing it that way, to be honest, and to have kind of genre hop to make it eclectic. Yeah, but thank goodness there is at least the umbrella term Americana to call it all.
Sure,
but got
a little rock, little country, a little kind of getting a little funky on some stuff too, and so.
Yep. Keep on Smiling. That's a song written by Walter Greiner, who was a collaborator on my first album as well. And that one people kind of compare to like a Jimmy Buffett feel.
Yeah.
You know, it has this real steel drum in it, just like a song on the first record, the Mango Man does.
Yeah.
And so that's the same steel drum player, Mango J. He's from Trinidad and he lives in St. Louis, and he's just an amazing steel drum player. And he played on Spirit too, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's give them a little sneak peek at what you've been working on, and mentioning a little funky. I picked. I like a song called "Disco Ball" a lot. This kind of, I don't know. First run through kind of popped to me as like maybe in the veins of like Talking Heads or something.
Cool.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's just. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. Get you up moving.
Yeah, it's kind of a dance tune.
Yeah.
The idea for this one first just came from like the title Disco Ball.
Yeah.
And it means it in the sense of like going to a dance, like the ball, the dance, not the physical disco ball sense.
Sure.
And so that's what it's about. And it's kind of silly, but fun. And people like it. It's kind of a dance tune, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think the silliness part, I think, is kind of what lends to Talking Heads for me. Like
Sure.
David Byrne, I could just picture him, dancing to the song. And it's kind of just that's kind of where as I'm listening and driving down the highway today, I was like, that's where my mind starts going. But
well, thank you.
Definitely just a catchy tune and get you wanting to move. So take a listen to Disco Ball from Paul Niehaus.
One night only. The show's about to begin right here, right now, at the Disco Ball. The word is out, it's the place to be. Flares and sequins are the entry fee. The groove is hot, and the vibe is right. We're stepping out into that neon night. Want to feel the rhythm, let it take control. This beat's alive, this beat your soul. Through the velvet ropes, can't you hear the DJ's call? Welcome, baby, to the disco ball. Disco ball. Platform shoes and a glitter crown. Tiles spinning round and round. Bassline drops, we hit the floor. This is that party you've been waiting for. Feel the rhythm, let it take control. This beat's alive, and it's feeding your soul. Through the velvet ropes, can't you hear the DJ's call? Welcome, baby, to the disco ball, to the disco ball. Explode. Every dance move is a story told. Funky, funky rhythm, we're dancing tall all night long at the disco ball. Feel the rhythm, let it take control. This beat's alive and it's feeding your soul. In the velvet ropes, can't you hear the DJ's call? Welcome, baby, to the disco ball. Yeah, welcome, baby, to the disco ball.
So anything else we need to know as far as like the thought process of putting these this collection together? Was there with these songs you just felt all kind of fit as a good collective, or was there,
pretty much?
Yeah.
There was a couple of tunes that kind of were put on the shelf, and maybe they'll be on a future record, you
Right.
know. But I've already had a bunch of those, you know,
Sure.
But I do try to. Sometimes I try to just make new ones up too, but
Yeah.
you know, it has the instrumental spirit, just like the first album had Swamp Stomp, you know. So
Yeah.
I do kind of like an instrumental on the album, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. Well, it's impressive. I mean, like, you're very prolific. The fact that to already have your second record ready to go and working on multiple other projects and all the time. I mean, like,
Thank you, bro.
it's. I just want to, applaud you for the hustle, man. I see the grind and watch you, out there, out there gigging, all the time too. And
Yep.
then, it's like, so it's just cool to see you putting out very high quality music, very consistent and stuff. Just
thank you so much, Shane.
Yeah.
You know, means a lot coming from you, bro.
yeah, man. I'm a big fan, so I just want
Thank you, bro.
to say
Back
that.
at ya.
But this, we got Short Story Long.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's the title track.
Yeah.
And,
Let's talk about that one.
And why do you? I mean, obviously you said the fans helped you pick it, but
Yeah, well, so that song I wrote it. It was December 2022, and it came from again just the title, Short Story Long, which is like a flip of it's the inverse of long story short, right?
Right,
Which
sure.
is what we all are used to saying, maybe, but and so then I just kind of I hummed the and thought, oh, okay, well, this chord goes with that, and et cetera, and kind of wrote the story around that. And really, the inspirations for like kind of the sound sonically is like the Traveling Wilburys, like Jeff Lynne and ELO and Tom Petty a little bit, and the Byrds, Roger McGuinn. Yeah, so my good buddy John Marshall played the drums on that. Tom Schlick, Dr. Slappenstein, he played the bass on that. Tom Maloney was on rhythm guitar. Kevin O'Connor played an acoustic guitar. Fillmore played some guitar. Dave Smith played guitar. We'd put a lot of stuff on it. Tom Nickerson. Let me tell you about Tom Nickerson, okay? Tom Nickerson is a great musician. He used to be in Pavlov's Dog back in the 70s, and he's done a lot of cool things over the years, and he's a songwriter and producer in his own right. So he played on 4 songs on the album. He played on Disco Ball. He played keyboard on that. He played on Spirit. He played on Short Story Long. He played piano on that. And then he did an amazing piano part that really tied the song together on You Are One. So shout out to Tom Nickerson.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a real all-star cast putting this record together with you.
Well, yeah, I'm thankful, man. I have a lot of great friends. A couple other people I have to shout out, like Gerard Erker. He played mandolin on Bury Me. Bury Me wrote that with 3 really great young talented friends of mine, Kingston Perry, Caden Berry, and Jonathan Citron. They all write their own songs, and they play on each other's songs, and they're extremely prolific. For like a year, these guys would come in and record 1 song each week and that they wrote that week, and they would like record it and mix it in 2 hours, and it would sound awesome.
Yeah.
And they would just do that 10 times in a row or more than that in a row, and then like, all right, there's my album. And they just put out albums of material. So I invited those 3 guys over, and we made that track. And I love that track. So Gerard Erker played mandolin on that. The great Chase Garrett played piano on Linger in Our Love. And I got to give a great shout out to Kevin O'Connor, wonderful guy, the St. Louis George Martin.
Yeah.
And he did the string and horn arrangement on Linger in Our Love.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's another one of my favorite tunes on this record. Just a beautiful song. And I'd hate to keep, obviously we're influenced by all these greats.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to keep, name dropping all these things, but the thing that the feel came to mind was like a Van Morrison.
Oh, that's exactly
Right.
what it was in my mind what I was going for. Shane.
Especially the horns come in and stuff. It's just like a classic soul song and feel to it. And
which is funny because Van Morrison has an album coming out tomorrow as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And they still doing it. Yeah.
And the lead single from it, Down to Joy, dude, it's as good as any of his work. I love Van Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's I'll have to check that out. I haven't heard that yet. So
also, shout out to Brian Owens, who has an album coming out tomorrow, Friday the 13th as well, with his father, Thomas. It's a duets album, So
okay.
Great album. I was really proud to work on that with them. So
very cool.
Yeah. So it's a big day for big music releases. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to know what I'm gonna listen to first in the morning, Shane.
Yeah. But you said you wanted to do Linger in Your Love live for us, right?
Yeah, I want to do this just solo piano and vocal for a little change of pace.
Yeah, which man, this is I always love a live take on it, but it's like it's just really a pretty song. So
thank you.
Take a listen to Linger in Our Love.
Father said I was a rover, a restless heart that won't be tamed, chasing dreams across the clover, never staying long enough to stake a claim. But tonight I see your shadow by the fire's warm soft light, and I wonder how I'll leave you when the morning comes and steals the night. Let the stars keep spinning up in the sky. Let the moments softly drift away and fly. Hold me close, let the world just wait above. And for now, let's just linger in our love. Your eyes pull me like the ocean, a tide I've never known before. Your touch stirs a quiet motion to tie my heart where it's been torn. But the road, it always calls me, and how the wind whispers my name. And if I stay, I'll only break you, believing how it feels the same. Let the stars keep spinning up in the sky. Let the moments softly drift away and fly. Hold me close, let the world just wait above. And for now, let's just linger in our love. Let the stars keep spinning up in the sky. Let the moments softly drift away and fly. Hold me close, let the world just wait above. And for now, let's just linger in our love. Let the stars keep spinning up in the sky. Let the moments softly drift away and fly. Hold me close, let the world just wait above. And for now, let's just linger in our love. A little longer, let us linger in our love. Yeah, for now, let's just linger in our love.
And again, you can find the full, proper album version of that wherever you're getting your digital music at. And I saw a video, you walking around promoting the record.
Yeah.
Hitting the streets. And was that CD copy you were? Yeah.
Well, I don't have the CDs yet. I might have them in about a week.
Okay.
And
I saw you had like a.
That was my first CD.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to LeGrand's. Yeah. And, you know, I do feel like I should just, you know, tell people about it because I can't expect anybody else to, Shane.
Sure.
I got to tell like random strangers about it. And yeah, it's a little awkward doing it on the video, like when you know if like someone's watching it, but like I do it in real life. I tell random people, cashiers and just people at the YMCA and the sauna next to me, like, believe me, I'm pumping it, Shane.
Right.
So yeah.
I gotta, you know, gotta get the marketing out there, man. That's it's
street team.
Yeah. You never know who you might reach though. That's the thing.
Yes,
like,
sir.
You know, I think that's the fun of the stickers and shirts and everything, you know, it's like, and it's just a good way to continue to build a brand and get but I'm with you. I talk about my show a lot too. Just, you know, like I was saying, I'm proud of what I've accomplished and what, you know, just like yourself creating this record and stuff. We're proud of the work we're doing and we want people to hear it. And so
definitely.
But yeah, that was cool to just see you out there doing that and getting to meet some people and your neighbors. And I think all the, you know, we should be doing more of that. You know, we should be, there are so many people that like don't have those, you know, it's like don't have conversations.
Random conversations. Because they're on their phone instead.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, bro, the thing I love about music is it brings people together.
Sure.
So the world needs that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just one of the greatest gifts music is.
Yep. I agree. But you can find more videos and more music and everything else from Paul. You can follow along on the socials. We got Instagram and Facebook, and you got the YouTube page and all that stuff. So get plugged in for more info. And you've also been partnered up with Lucy.
I have. Lucy's been doing some booking and doing my social media, and that's been really fun having someone work on my stuff with me. So shout out to her. And great photographer as well. And she does music. Yep. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of hers as well. She's great. And so yeah, big shout out to Live by Lucy. And check that out. And on the complete roster, a bunch of my friends are on there. And so yeah, it's cool to see. Like it's great to see my friends coming together and doing stuff in town. So
definitely, man.
But we got a lot of gigs coming up for July. You got a busy month. Get out and spread the word about this new record, and you'll be all over the place, all over the state. So you got July 3rd at Redfish Bluefish open mic, right? You're going to be out
So
there.
I'm doing the first Thursday of the month, hosting an open mic.
Okay.
So I've been playing out there solo, and that's been fun. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to switch it up, the club and I, and we've done it once so far, and it was already a big success because there's a lot of people out there that want to come out and showcase their music and maybe don't have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
You know, but there's tons of open mics, true, which is great. But, you know, it's always nice to have another one. So first Thursday of the month doing that. That's fun.
Yeah. And then July 5th, Washmo Blues Festival in Washington, Missouri. Yeah. And you'll be, Blumenhof Winery?
Blumenhof Winery, yep, 2 to 5. That's the Paul Niehaus band.
Yeah, and you said, you know, obviously people seen you play solo, and you've done a lot of different arrangements, but you said you've been wanting to do a lot more of these band gigs, and you might see a lot of familiar faces, people that help make the record with you.
Absolutely.
And a various cast of people rounding out the Paul Niehaus band on various nights. So, right?
Absolutely. Tom Maloney. So Tom Maloney wrote "I Gotta Find a Way, Baby," which is one of the songs on the album, which is kind of like a kind of Stax or Motown kind of hard charging soul song. You know,
I definitely felt Motown, like especially it comes in like right over 2 minutes. You know, it's like
it's
kinda,
very short.
It's kind of that sweet spot like of early pop like that, and like But yeah, it's a great tune, man.
Yeah, shout out to Tom Maloney. So he's a great dude, and so you know he plays bass or guitar with the band. Kevin O'Connor, who we mentioned earlier, he plays bass or guitar or drums with the band. For a couple of gigs so far, and moving in the future, we have this great dude Dan Waterman. He's done some music videos for me already for the first record, and he's doing one for Disco Ball as well. So he's been playing drums and absolutely slaying it, Shane.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I haven't met Dan officially yet, but we've been talking. So
oh, cool. Yeah,
you
guys would definitely get along.
We might be hanging out here very soon too. So
yeah, so like Dan and Tom Maloney went to like Cedar Rapids, Iowa with me a couple weeks ago and did a gig with me, and then we drove back. You know, so it was like an adventure, and me and Dan stopped in Hannibal on the way up.
Yeah,
and then last weekend we went to Columbia, Missouri, and then we did a private party near there in a lady's barn. This lady Heather, really great lady, and she has a stage and a PA, and they'll have food and drink, and invites friends and family, and so it's fun to get out on the road and kind of prove that we can do that. And you know, I'd like to do a little more of that in the future. Yeah.
What's a road trip like for you and the band? Do you guys do you get any snacks and stuff, or you guys trying to be pretty healthy out there on the road these days, or?
You know, for when we went to Cedar Rapids, like my wife made Dan and I like kind of like lamb and rice and vegetable Mediterranean bowls, you know, with like homemade tzatziki and all that stuff. So we brought that. That's what I ate for the whole trip. And,
there you go.
But they had food up there, and Dan had something there, like at the brewery nearby. And then, but in Columbia, whenever I'm in Columbia, Missouri, I go to Cafe Poland.
Okay.
And I get the borscht soup. It's like a hot red soup. Oh, it's so earthy and good. So I get like a big to-go thing of that. And Dan got pierogies, and those were like the best pierogies ever, bro. So
nice.
And then we hit like Lakota coffee. So you know, when I'm traveling, I like to go to cool places. I don't like to just hit like Love's or Pilot. You know, I was talking about Buc-ee's today, and I do like Buc-ee's
with my buddies, and but yeah, just if there's one around, I try to make a stop. But you know, I'm a sucker for all the you know, snacks, and none of it's good for you, but it's all it's, you know, it's fun to have make those stops and get all the junk food that but I do enjoy, like, especially in, speaking of Columbia, man, I hit Shakespeare's quite a bit when I'm up there. It's a great pizza place. And,
I've been there. I like it.
So I just like it's a fun town for sure. Just I love
Columbia.
I haven't been in a while, but especially living out west, like I ran up there quite a bit to Blue Note and Rose and everything else. So there's a lot of great spaces up there, and became friends with quite a few of the musicians there too. So it's always fun to go up there and see my friends.
Absolutely.
July 10th weekend, you will be playing out at Pickin on the Picnic.
Yes, that's a Thursday night, and 89 Volt will be playing that night as well. And I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm pumped for that. And we're going to have a pretty big band for that. I think it's going to be 5-piece, maybe even 6. Okay. We'll see. But it's going to be really fun. I love Pickin on Picnic and Ryan Kemp and all that whole crew and that team and that scene. It's really amazing. So
yeah, and that's Lost Hill Lake, correct?
Lost Hill Lake. Yeah, it's the last year at that location. Sadly, they're gonna have to move to somewhere else. We'll see. Yeah, but it's what a treat it's been. I've done in the last 2 years. I've played on the Sunday kind of quote gospel show out there with Ryan Kemp and friends, and that's been really a treat, man. Yeah.
So if you don't have tickets, grab them and join us at Pickin on the Picnic that weekend.
Yep.
I'll attach the poster. It's a stacked bill all weekend, and but you can catch Paul on Thursday night, July 10th there.
Yep.
July 11th, you're back in St. Louis at Hi Hat.
That's right. Really enjoy that club. The band, that'll be a 4-piece band that night playing at the Hi Hat. Great club.
Yeah. Nice, man. And then July 12th, Sidebar, right?
Yeah, Rachel's Sidebar in
Rachel's
Belleville.
Yeah.
New place for me. My buddy Jeremy Jenin, who does St. Louis Dueling Pianos, he's booking that. So he booked me for that to kind of do my my short story long record to promote it. And so I'm doing some gigs with him too. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
I'm playing at Belleville at Eckert's with him this coming Saturday, and it's sold out. So that's going to be a treat, man.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the works for a proper album release party, or are these all considered part of the extended album release party kind of thing?
Well, I would like to find a night and a venue to do like a proper CD release show with like another band open in or something. I would like to do that maybe in July or August. So considering where and when, but yeah, that would be something cool to do.
Sure.
But the band has been playing all 10 songs at the shows. So I can't have that. That's how I like to do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, and it's, obviously it gets difficult too when you have this many players on the record, trying to get the people that actually played on the record, to create the band for the night for the live show. If you try to do something like that, it's hard to get everybody's schedules to align. And
it's when we're doing them live, we're just doing whatever we have in the moment, and like we try to follow the arrangement, but we don't try to like do it strictly like that. We just respond. You know what I mean? So it's always different each night.
Yeah.
But
I think it would be cool once you get those, like I said, those CDs were coming, and I think it could be fun to get a night to celebrate the record. And
I agree.
And run through it, maybe top to bottom or something like that, and just see what happens. And
with a big band, right? Yeah. That'd be so fun.
But we mentioned "Gotta Find a Way, Baby," and they're written by the great Tom Maloney.
Yes. Tom Maloney.
And this was another one I wanted to highlight. It's just again, I said, kind of falls into that feel of like a Motown, and reminiscent of that, and just a one that for me just got me moving again, and like just great feel to it. You'll find yourself singing along right before the end of the song, man. It's
nice.
It's just very catchy and feel good tune. So
it's Kevin O'Connor on drums on that with a great beat. And Tom Maloney's on guitar. I'm on the bass. Yeah.
Well, take a listen to "Gotta Find a Way, Baby."
Yeah.
I got to find a way, baby, back into your heart. I got to find a way, baby, to make a new start. I got to find a way, baby, back into your heart. When we were together, I knew just what to do, but now we're torn apart, and I'm so confused. Tell me, baby, are we really through? Hey, baby, I got to find a way, baby, back into your heart. I got to find a way, baby, make a new start. I got to find a way, baby, back into your heart. Every time I try to show you that I care, you act like I'm not even there. Can't you see just what you're doing to me? Hey, baby, I got to find a way, baby, back into your heart. I got to find a way, baby, to make a new start. I got to find a way, baby, back into your heart.
June 13th. This record, short story long, on all your streaming platforms.
That's right.
And keep an eye out for physical copies coming soon. And,
That's right.
Would you ever press this on vinyl? Is that?
I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to do it for my first record too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it gets costly, but would be cool.
Yeah. I think there's a bunch of new companies out there, so I want to do some research. And if you have any recommendations after we're done, let me know. But I want to do some research and find one because I know there's like boutique companies that can do smaller runs and whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never.
there's a demand for it. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I've never, I don't know anything about it, like other than being a fan, but I've never priced any of it or, that kind of from that angle. But, I do, I love watching some of the more boutique stuff online. There's, some really cool, like, there's this, record company that they just did like a limited release for basketball soundtrack. And I don't know if you were familiar or not, but Real Big Fish does a track Beer on there.
Neat.
And the record is pressed with like beer filling and a liquid inside it that's supposed to look like beer. And so
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff I think is it's just wild that's an option that we can do these kind of things. But
that is.
I saw another cool one from the same company where they did it was like 30th anniversary, I guess, of Jar of Flies from Alice in Chains.
Wow.
And they actually pressed the wax with dead flies.
Oh my gosh.
Inside the so those kind of things I think are, a lot of fun.
Wow.
So
I like that.
But anyway.
Yeah, I definitely want to do vinyl, bro. Yep.
So yeah, I think, and then like, seeing a bunch of our friends around town doing it. Like, I mean, I love supporting my friends, doing that. So I think it's
still very pro St. Louis music scene. I love St. Louis and I love the music scene, and there's so many talented players and bands and portions of it, and just grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you guys are going to do a music video for Disco Ball.
That's right.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, we're filming that at Tim's Chrome Bar this Saturday, the 14th at noon. And I've been posting like the meme for it or whatever, like on Nextdoor and Facebook and stuff. So like it's open call. Like if anybody out there who hears this and wants to come, I don't know if this will be out in time, but if it's not, but if anybody, it's open to anybody that wants to come can. So we're just gonna have a good time, and like the band will be playing and the people will be dancing, and Tim's is like the right, decorations I think for it. So
yeah, it's a funky place for sure.
Yeah,
definitely. We'll feel like a disco party.
Yeah.
That is you got like is it more performance based, or are you gonna you got a concept in mind too for it?
No, that's why I love working with Dan Waterman.
Yeah.
It's like guerrilla style. We like just like do it spontaneous in the moment. We like set the things in motion where, okay, everybody's going to meet here at a time, and whoever comes and dress in whatever, I said, like told on the poster, dress retro vintage, so, and then we'll just capture it and do it a few times and just do it a few more times and at different angles, different portions. Like Tim's has different like couches and little like vignettes we could do like different places around the place. So, and then Dan will just like cut it up in an artistic way, and it'll probably be awesome. And it'll be like, great, let's post it. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's what it was like to work with him on the first two music videos for the album one. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like something like Bury Me could be cool too. I mean, it's a,
oh yeah, like go hiking or something.
Yeah, I mean it's like a love letter to Missouri. It's like it's just to highlight a lot of our scenic hikes and all the different things. You obviously mentioned Ozark and all the hills and all the these all the things in Missouri and stuff. So I'm obviously it might be a little harder to do that like in a day, but to get around the state. But
well, yeah, it would take driving would be a part of it, but you could do it in a day. I don't know,
right?
But you probably want to spend the night and do it in 2 days. Probably.
Yeah,
enjoy it more.
Yeah, but I just I could definitely see you getting out there on the river or whatever, and that kind of stuff. Like just
man, what about even Johnson shut-ins?
Sure, yeah,
that'd be sweet.
Yep, yeah. I just that's why I kind of picture like something like that. And,
yeah,
and because it almost like it. I mean, other than the fact that you say talking about including your death,
oh, yeah.
bury me. But I think like it's like almost like
it's a happy song. Still.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's not sad,
right?
Yeah,
it could be like a fun like tourism.
Yeah,
song,
for sure. State of Missouri tourism, but that would be sweet, man.
I don't know how much they would like to to include the
bury me. It is a little morbid.
Yeah, but
you never know.
But I do think like everything else, the sentiment is all there for sure.
Yeah.
I just wonder if their marketing department would be like, wanting that or not. But that's but that's for them to decide. But I think it's a great tune, and I think it could be like I said, it could definitely fit for a lot of that stuff. And that's the thing I think is like cool about a lot of your songs. Like we touched on Spirit there. It says closes out the record as an instrumental, and that's one like I hear it like that could be for sure in a movie soundtrack.
For sure, it's atmospheric and cinematic. Carl Napa, great engineer and producer, he mixed that song. That's the one song on the album that he mixed, and the rest of the album, me and Dave Smith and Tom Nicholson helped too. We mixed it, but Carl offered to mix a song on the album, and I said, "Yeah, please, yes, let's do it." Mm-hmm. And so I thought about which song, and I was like, "All right, let's give him this instrumental and see what he does with it." So, and he slayed it. Yeah, I love what he did. And that song also features this great young artist. I want to say a few things about Noah Carrico. Noah's a student at Webster. He's 20 years old. He plays guitar. And Noah is so bad at the bone on the guitar, Shane. And if you're not hip, get hip to him, y'all. He's going to do amazing things. So he's studying music, and he's already playing around town in a bunch of great bands, including the Magnificent Mullets. So
Yeah.
great young dude. So he played on Disco Ball and Spirit.
Very cool.
But yeah, Spirit, basically, that I tried to like kind of meet, like India meets in like Native American Indian, so like, and throw a little Middle Eastern too. It's just kind of a psychedelic trip of this singular melody that kind of like it goes throughout the whole thing, but with other layers like coming in and coming out. And
yeah, man, I love it.
It's kind of a chant. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And we did consider putting words to that, like singing the melody, and we decided to just have this one be an instrumental. So yeah.
Yeah. And my brain wanders when I listen to music and stuff. And I think,
that's the beauty of it.
Obviously, as an instrumental, like, I feel like there's elements of it, like, it definitely could, even be like a hip hop beat and stuff. Like, it's got like it could be sampled in some kind of song and put a rap on it So I don't know. There's a lot of options. That's kind of the fun. That's kind of the fun of it, of music and art. Yeah, everybody can put their own, see it through their own lens. And,
yes.
And it's like, I think, and it's kind of funny you say that Carl had a hand in it because, he's done quite a few hip hop records and stuff. And maybe that, subconsciously, maybe I picked up on some of that, with those beats, hearing that drum groove and stuff or whatever. But it just kind of, that's where my mind started to wander and like thinking like this could be kind of a fun, hearing it in a hip hop song too. So
yeah, a remix or something that would be really sweet to remix it.
Yeah. But yeah, I love it as is though. It's like it's a great tune, and it's just especially just driving down Highway 70 to get here today, and just like. It's a good driving tune. It's just as the way it builds. And so, yeah, great song, man.
Thanks, brother.
We did say we wanted to play another one live, and this would feature you and guitar.
Yeah.
Like we said, we did just talk about it, but Bury Me.
Yeah.
So we a little different take on it, of being stripped down.
Yeah.
Acoustic kind of. But is there anything else coming to mind around this particular one?
Well, it was fun to record this one because I invited those three dudes over, and we came up with that instrumental. But Caden did have the Bury Me, but it wasn't in Missouri. It was something else, and but we did it live. I played bass. Caden played acoustic guitar, the same acoustic guitar that I'm going to play it on actually tonight. Kingston played the drums, and then he overdubbed piano and tambourine, and Jonathan Citron played the Roland Juno with a really, really sweet tone. So, and again, all three of those guys have their own albums, music out there. So check them out. But it was a really, really fun tune. And thanks again to Gerard Erker for playing mandolin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, check out Bury Me from Short Story Long.
Nice.
Bury me in southern Missouri, not too soon, no, I ain't in no hurry. Let me roam these hills for a while, feed the Ozark wind and the river smile. Rolling hills and winding streams, morning Missouri. And don't you cry, no, don't you worry. Let me roam these hills for a while. Feed the Ozark wind and the river smile. Stone-built bridges worn with time, caves that echo so deep and wide, and fields of gold in autumn's light, rolling thunder in the night, yeah, the night. Bury me in southern Missouri. Not too soon, no, I ain't in no hurry. Let me roam these hills for a while. Feel the Ozark wind and the river smile. Feel the Ozark wind and the rivers smile. Won't you let me roam these hills for a while? Do 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 do, yeah, for a while, yeah.
I was thinking, Paul, like, you know, you obviously, you have your hands in a lot of different music, from your own music to recording and producing the records around town. But I've been seeing this guy, Rick, does a good show I like, and I've been seeing some clips, and he keeps asking, what people think is the perfect song.
Oh,
And or like maybe, you know, like, so I don't know if that, is there a song that you think of, you know, just all encompassing, like, what would make up a perfect song? In your
yeah.
opinion?
Well, there's a bunch.
Sure.
There's a whole bunch. But like, what came to mind for me is "Turn, Turn, Turn," the Birds.
Yeah.
That's a perfect song.
Why is that?
It's got layers of beauty and meaning and a great rhythm and great harmony and melody and licks and hooks and development and tones, and you know, it's yeah. Me, when I hear a great, what you said, what was a perfect song, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, that inherently implies like the recording quality of it. Now we could say, well, let's have a subcategory like the perfect song that like it's just such a good melody and chord that like even whatever live version you do, whether it's a full band or a ukulele and a voice, like, oh, that's a perfect song. That's another thing. But I'm thinking like recordings,
Mm-hmm.
and so the recording quality and how things are kind of mic'd and mixed up, that's part of it too. You know,
Sure.
Like yeah. I love how I love the old stuff from the 60s, like so many of those.
Yeah.
The hits of like the top 10 whatever of like the 60s they're just like perfect songs. Like Dan Auerbach, Waiting on a Song. That's freaking perfect, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of the thing is like, there is no right. Wrong
It's subjective. Yeah, it's to
sure.
the individual. I'm
Sure.
just talking about my opinion.
Yeah. That's why I asked, but it's like,
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know, man.
You got a couple examples?
There's
I'm sure you do.
there's a lot. There's a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. I don't know. I gravitate more like there's so you want to get saying they're perfect because they're perfect for me. Like I get emotional attachments to songs.
Yeah.
You know, like just for whatever reason, the story that I connect to and the lyrics and different things. There's a big part of that for me, and
Totally.
why they're my favorites and things. But
Yep.
you know, there's so many obviously great examples to highlight as far as for sonically and melody and lyrics
Yes.
and hooks and what everything,
Right.
all the things that you mentioned. So it's like
Right.
it's just like it's an impossible question, really. But that's kind of the fun of it, like to see. But
Like God Only Knows, Brian Wilson. There's another one.
sure,
That's a perfect song.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it was tough to, obviously reflecting on his contribution to music and but I mean those are all those songs really still hold up, man. They're all these
Yep.
years and they're still just as classic as they ever were. So
Absolutely, man. It's a benchmark. We should all compare our work to those records, really,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Just like making buildings or cars, like I think it would be cool if like they took elements of like the beautiful designs of those eras, like 50s and 60s cars and buildings and stuff, and like made stuff more like that, because more and more buildings these days are just kind of like ugly gray boxes, to be honest.
right.
But like the architecture of like old cool buildings is like wow, so it's like wow, it'd be cool if that came back around, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
Yeah, and it's I do enjoy like some of the, it's kind of the fun of St. Louis too, like seeing some of the older architecture and the homes or the buildings and all these things. Like
For sure.
we got a lot of great examples of that around town.
Yep.
So
I love St. Louis.
yeah. Do you have any standout favorites of other music that you've been listening to? Like when you get a chance, like is there anybody that a new album or anything you recently discovered that you've been enjoying?
There's a lot. I do want to say before I maybe mention a couple of those, but like I want to say Joe Metzka has a new album. If you haven't heard it, it's really good. It's called Love Songs, and I produce it here at Blue Lotus. And Joe's a great blues artist and a great dude. And it's a departure for him thematically and genre wise. It's kind of more adult contemporary and pop.
Okay.
And a little R&B and soul, and it's really, really good. So check out Joe Metzka Love Songs. But I listen to a lot of old music. I do listen to new music too.
Well, that's kind of the fun of old music is rediscovering old favorites. It's like records you forgot about, or falling in love with it again.
Yeah, but like state of the art right now, I find a lot of inspiration in guys like Charlie Crockett, Dan Auerbach. Everything he does and touches, brilliant. Stuff like that.
New Black Keys record on the way.
Oh, so pumped.
Oh, yep.
So pumped.
They're a band that I really, I celebrate about the whole catalog. I do gravitate to the early records. Rubber Factory.
Yeah.
Is a favorite for sure. And like is those old kind of gritty blues records and stuff. But I mean, it's all good. Just that's my particular favorite sounds.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And
I love Brothers. That's a great album.
Yeah,
but I do love the early
of course,
stuff. It's like really Junior Kimbrough and Arl Burnside influence, and I love that stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Brothers is for me. That's I'm probably close to a perfect record, man. It's like it's a top to bottom. It's an incredible piece of work. So
absolutely, Everlasting Light. There's a perfect song for you, bro.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yep.
I'm excited to hear some new tunes from those guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, Dan's. I got to I didn't get to meet him or anything, but I did get to be in the same room with him after Evolution Fest. They did a record spin at Halo Bar.
Oh, sweet!
And I got to get in there, and so Pat and Dan were both up there playing some vinyl, and so
how sweet!
It was cool. It was a cool moment to be. Like I said, it would have been fun to go over there and say hey and stuff, but I didn't want to bother him. But
my quick story is it was 2000. 16, I believe. It was he was doing a thing before his show at the pageant that night where he was going to vintage vinyl, and he posted that he would be there a certain hour or two and record shopping. And if you wanted to come up and say hi, do so. So I did. And I brought him a burned copy of Imagine This, Roland's first record, which was almost done, but it wasn't quite done. It was kind of an early mix of it.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of gave it to him, told him about Roland real quick. But, you know, when I meet someone like that, like, I'm a fanboy, bro. And I don't feel comfortable just sitting there talking to him like a normal person. Like, I need to work on that, because someone like that, that's the top of the game, bro. That guy. Mm-hmm. And I wish I could go back and do it again, or I hope in the future I get another chance. But 10 years ago, dude, I'm sure it was so awkward. I wish I had like a little video of it or something, but
Yeah.
He's a cool guy. It's like, I shouldn't have felt weird about it, but you know, a couple of times in my life, I've been a total fanboy for like, whoa, I'm meeting this dude. Whoa. You know?
Yeah. I've been fortunate to meet some of my favorites, and I try to, you know, play cool. So
Good advice.
I do my best.
Good advice.
You know, inside I'm freaking out a little bit, but you know, I try to you know, be respectful and
for sure.
But yeah, getting to meet like Gary Clark Jr.
Yeah.
Amos Lee, and like these guys, like, I mean, those guys are all just as cool as you ever would expect, and like, and getting to spend a moment with them and shake their hand and say hey and stuff, like, you know,
Absolutely.
it was really cool. So, but yeah, it's hard sometimes, you know, you get excited.
Very, very. I met Homer Steinweiss, who's the drummer for Daptone, you know, did all the Sharon Jones and all those records. At an airport, passed by him. I'm like, oh, I recognize him, and like just stopped and said, oh, I'm really big fan, you know. But it was another one of those things like that. Like, I wish I could go back and do it again, but just you had this one moment to do it there, and you know, could do it better. But
yeah, it's fun being a fan though. So I think I'm sure a lot of those guys do appreciate that people want to meet them and
for sure,
and come up to them and say something and things, but
for sure,
you know, it's just but I think like it's just a matter of some people take it a little too far sometimes, and you know, I think people have to remember and be respectful that they are humans, and everybody has good days and bad days and everything too, and stuff, meeting all your favorite celebrities and stuff around. But
indeed, and really just to tie it up back to a short story long, like that was kind of, it was inspired by like experiences like, say, I'm on break, like I remember I played for a few years for Jeremiah Johnson, where you'd have like a 20 or 30 minute break, and it's like one person could like try to monopolize your break just by telling you an absurdly long detailed story. It's like, hey, can you just like sum this up, like make your short story long, you know, long story short, you know, but they're making a short story long. So, you know, because if you're too polite, they'll like literally talk to you for your entire break where you didn't get to go to the bathroom or get a drink or anything. It's like, so that song was like written out of frustration at that. Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man. Well, I really, I love this record. I really enjoyed it.
Bro.
I gave it I guess 3 listens now. So,
wow.
You know, and I just got it the other day from you. So, but really having a lot of fun with this, and I hope everybody else is too.
Yeah.
And again, you can add it to your favorite playlist. Come out and see Paul live, and then see the Paul Niehaus Band.
Yep.
And again, we got all these dates around town. I'll include it here in the information and stuff, and of course the website, and you can find all the rest of it at with Paul on his socials on Facebook and Instagram, and the videos and stuff on YouTube. And if you need any recording, you can come down here to Blue Lotus.
Yeah, hit me up.
But I really appreciate you doing this. I always have a lot of fun catching up with you, Paul, and so
thank you, Shane.
Thanks again, man.
Thank you so much, bro. Keep up the good work, brother.
I plan on it. I'm going at a little slower pace these days, but I don't plan to stop.
Slow and steady.
Yeah. but
Yep.
I still have a lot of fun doing this and getting to hang out with my bud. So, but yeah,
Absolutely.
thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Shane.
Bye, everybody.